Alrighty guys, we are back with another episode. We are on episode 5. I am still working on my Atom crochet. I got little armies down, legs, wings, and then horns. So hopefully we can start sewing this guy together by the end of the episode, but I'm still working on the surface crochet of this guy. So
where'd you get that black eye? Nothing. I mean, nowhere. Your sister beat you up again, huh?
yeah, this episode has two main plots. One of them is about Stan getting beaten by his older sister, and the other one is the boys wanting to make pot-bellied elephants.
Be a man, Stan. Just say, hey, women, you shut your mouth and make babies.
And I feel like that is like a typical response to like men that, and I know he's a little boy, but men that say like, oh, I've been abused. Like, oh, well, just stand up for yourself. Which I mean isn't fair.
That's big, and that its poop is bigger than our couch. That's why my mom got me a pot-bellied pig, because its poop is small.
Yeah, so the boys get a bright idea of making a pot-bellied elephant because Kyle has an elephant and Cartman has a pot-bellied pig, and the elephant is too big. But that way they can have pot-bellied elephants that will fit in their house.
If a woman ever gave me crap, I'd say, hey, go do my laundry. Sit down, kid! Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, genetic engineering is an exciting new science. You can splice the DNA from some animals and
I
make
feel
them
like
better.
genetic engineering, at least for me,
Yes,
because I'm
Kyle.
not well versed on it, but I think it's still a relatively new science.
Yes, I
so
suppose
for
you
this
could. You
to
could
have been like
splice
97,
elephant genes with dog
still
or
be
cat
talking
or
about it. I mean, I
pot-bellied
think
pig
it's still
genes.
pretty interesting because I
I'm
know
going to
that
combine my
it's a
elephant with a
topic
pot-bellied
that's
pig
still
and make
debated
pot-bellied
today on whether
They'd be smart
we
like
should do
elephants, but
genetic
small like
engineering
pigs.
or,
That'd
you
be
know,
cool.
are we
I
playing
want a
God
pot-bellied
too much?
elephant. Yes, we can genetical engineer anything we want. Oh,
We
yeah?
can
I
genetical
can genetically
engineer
clone a whole human being
anything
before
we
you
want.
crossbreed an elephant.
Genetic engineering lets us correct God's horrible mistakes, like German people. You know, you
Like
boys
German
might want to
people.
visit the
We
genetic...
still need a pig. We can use Cartman's pig. Hey, you leave Fluffy out of this. We're not gonna hurt her. We just need some of her blood. You're not using any
We're
of
not gonna
Fluffy's
hurt her.
blood.
We just
I'll
need some
kick
of her
you in the
blood.
nuts.
I couldn't help but notice that black eye you have. Are there problems at home?
Yes.
Oh, dear. I'm your friend, Mr. Hat Stan. You can tell me anything. Your father or your mother.
And once again,
Neither.
he's
It's my
empathetic to
Your
him
sister?
until he
Oh,
realizes
for
that it's
Pete's
his
sake, don't be
sister
such a
hitting him,
little
and he's
wuss.
like, oh, like, you should be
Stop
able to
wasting
handle
Mr.
that. Like,
Hat's
he's your
time with
sister.
pansy
Like,
little
you're
foo-foo
just being a
problems
wuss
and
about
Give me
it.
back
Like,
my cocoa.
Let's open the phone lines back up for some questions. Hello, caller.
Hey. Hi, Shelly.
Are you looking at my headgear?
Headgear? What headgear?
and I know on the commentary, like, Trey talks a lot about, like,
I think it
his
looks terrific.
abuse
It's
that
not
he
just
had
your-
with his sister. All the audio commentaries that they released are for free on YouTube, and if you care about the show at all, or you care about, like, knowing someone's story a little bit more, or maybe, like, why they would, you know, create a show like this, it definitely gives you some insight. I just think it's really interesting that he would make such a personal episode, and honestly, such a personal show. They went on record before saying that Matt feels like he's the Kyle insert, and Trey feels like he's like the Stan
Why is your
insert.
sister so mean to you, dude?
And I think I've talked about in the first episode, which I know isn't on YouTube, the creators now identify with the adults of the show more than they do the kids, whereas, you know, when they started the show, they identified with the kids more. So I think it's interesting that they continue to grow with the show as well. Alright, I finally got to Aiden. I gotta do like the
I'm
little
going home. This whole idea is
cross
stupid
in the
anyway.
middle.
What the hell would you know? We want to crossbreed an elephant with a pig.
Brilliant idea. Huge elephant-sized pigs.
No, we want to make
Huge
little pot-bellied
elephant-sized
elephants that people can keep in their house as
pigs.
pets.
I have created things that will change the world for the better. Here is a monkey with 4 asses.
Yeah,
How does that make the
Mephisto
world
is
better?
like
And
very
here, of
like
course, is my
ass-centric.
four-
He was
four
the
ass mongoose.
human
Do you
centipede
have anything
guy
besides just animals
before
with 4
human
asses?
centipede,
Oh,
and
well,
like I just
suppose
don't
so.
quite understand
Oh,
it.
yes. Over
I
here.
think it was because Trey said
Here
like
I
he
have
would
rats
just draw
spliced with
characters
ducks,
with like a bunch
and
of
gorillas
butts, and
spliced
then
with
it
mosquitoes.
just like
And
eventually
here
like
I
morphed
have
into
rabbits
this. But yeah,
spliced with
I
fish
don't
to
know.
make little
Mephisto's
bunny
an
fish.
interesting character.
Pig and elephant DNA just won't splice.
Pig
Haven't you
and
ever
elephant
heard that song by
DNA just
Loverboy?
won't
Which
splice.
song is that?
Pig and elephant DNA just won't splice.
Ow!
What? Oh, excuse me.
Wait, what are you taking Stan's blood for?
Pardon me, I tripped. Could I have some hair, please?
What? Have halfway.
It's
then all
interesting
you've
how
got
much
is a
like
stupid
characters
pig.
change and like the show is changed. Because
more than
these
you
guys,
got.
they don't even appear anymore. I
already
think
got
they're
our
just
human
like for
clone
season
well
1 or
underway.
season 2, and then we don't really ever see them again.
Oh my god.
Hello there, children.
Hey, Chef. Dad.
Why bad?
We need to genetically engineer a pig and an elephant, but their genes won't splice.
They probably just wanted to like do this just so they could reference the song over and over again.
We could make a fortune with this.
You hear that, dudes? We'll be rich. Yeah. If some girl tried to kick my ass, I'd be like, stop dressing me up like a mailman, making me dance for you while you go and smoke crack in your bedroom and have sex with some guy I don't even know on my dad's bed.
The Cartman's mom is a crack whore plotline
What the hell are
is
you talking
interesting.
about?
It starts out as like, I think they're just joking like, like Cartman's mom is a crack whore, but I don't think they intentionally made it to where like, oh, his mom's a crack whore, so she's a bad mom, so that's why Cartman is how he is. Now that's kind of how they play it, even though they didn't introduce it that way, it became that. And I know even as a kid, like it wasn't something that I thought about so much, but yeah, it's like now it's like, yeah, it makes sense that like his mom would be a crack whore and like he's like the worst like kid in the show pretty much. Not even pretty much, like he kills people.
You're my sister, and I love you.
And Trey said he tried this with his sister too. He'd be like, you're my sister, like I love you. And it still didn't work on her either. The same thing that happened to Stan here, which is unfortunate.
Damn, I wonder how drunk he needs to be to make sweet love to the pig.
I thought I'd check and see how our little entrepreneur.
And once again,
venture
it's
is
just
going.
like such a kid thing to be like, okay, like we can't like get a scientist to genetically engineer like the pig and stuff for us, so we're just gonna get them both drunk, and then they're gonna have a romantic night together, and that's how we're gonna get our pot-bellied
Let me show you
elephants.
boys. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Elton John.
Oh, Elton John's here. Love gravy.
Hey, look, it's working.
And watch the wonders.
So
of
growing
life.
up, I had a Chihuahua. I'm pretty sure it was a Chihuahua mix, and there was a Husky
How luscious
where we
a
lived,
creature has come to
and
fruition.
our Chihuahua mix, which was very, very short, got
my
pregnant
God,
by the Husky,
he only has
which
one
was
ass.
like insane.
Doesn't
I
have to
can't
burn
like,
the
even
room.
begin to imagine how that worked. But I do know that when she was pregnant, we had to
entire
put
experiment is
a
turning out
t-shirt on
very
her
bad.
because her belly would literally like drag the ground. Chewy Chomp, like Stan clone, he reminds me a lot of Doodle Bob in SpongeBob.
Aren't they ever gonna wake up?
Oh, they will. It's going to be one ugly sight.
I thought you said the
Chef's
wonder of
just
Mother Nature was a
counseling the
beautiful
boys
thing.
about life.
Yeah. When does Mother Nature go from beautiful to ugly?
Usually about 9:30 in the morning.
You must tell me, have you seen anything odd lately?
We saw an elephant have sex with a pig.
No, I said odd.
No, I
you
said
that
odd.
Crazy cracker.
I'm afraid there's been a bit of an incident at the ranch. You have created a large mutant clone of that little boy there, and he's broken
That little
free.
boy right there.
It appears that the horrible, destructive creature is actually 8-year-old Stan Marsh, and asked why he was wreaking such havoc on his hometown. The little boy replied simply, "Me
Chewy
Stan,
chomp,
but chomp,
chewy
but
chomp,
chewy chomp, but
but
chewy
chewy
chomp."
chomp.
Back to you in the studio.
Police are requesting that if you see this little 8-year-old boy, you immediately kill him and burn his body.
Brady, my evil genetic clone is destroying the town. We have to find him.
You boys have been watching the X-Files too much.
You boys have been watching the X-Files too much.
Whoa, into you. You have got severe lunchroom duty,
This
mister.
is like Stan's like not good, very bad
Yeah, you wait till
day
your
because
father
his
hears about
sister's
this.
beating up on him,
Stan,
like
there
he's
you
got
go.
like a clone of himself killing people on the loose.
Baby
No one believes him.
He recognizes you, dude. Stan, how would you like to go home and meet your sister?
And I like that he's like gonna get like revenge on his sister. I don't really ever do anything much more with Shelly as a character besides just having her be in relation to whatever her brother or her
Boys,
father
I'm
are
lusciously
doing.
sorry
She's kind of
for
just like a
everything.
bully
Hey, they got our clone.
to
He
them,
belongs
and
to
like
us.
yeah, she is like
No,
a victim
son,
in some
those beasts is a
situations, but like
disgrace to
there's not been a
genetic
plot line
engineers
about
everywhere.
her that's really made me
Boys, I'm
like
sorry I've caused you
empathize
such
with her and
inconvenience.
like
I tried
legitimately
to play
like
God, and I
enjoy
failed.
her as a character.
No, Mom and Dad are home. My house is
Mom
a
and
disaster.
Dad are
you
home.
You guys gotta help me. I ain't helping crap. Stan, we have to go find out if Cartman's pig is pregnant or not. See ya. Thanks a lot.
Oh boy, you are gonna get it now.
Isn't fair. Everybody hates me. The
I
whole
feel like
town wants me
Stan's breakdown is
killed. Mom
very
and Dad are gonna send me away.
kid, like how
I
a
don't
kid
wanna
would
be
say
sent
it.
away. I wanna stay here.
Stanley, what in God's name have you been doing?
Everybody in town is upset with you, young man. Are you on drugs?
Are you on drugs?
Not Stan's fault.
And then
Huh?
the good thing
It
is that
wasn't
Shelly, his
Stan.
sister,
He
does
was-
take up for him. So she at
He's
least redeems
mean all the
herself in this
time.
episode.
Oh. Well, Stan, we're sorry we jumped to conclusions.
I'm really struggling to
And yet,
get rid of like
you've
the
done so
white
much
on
more
this.
than that.
I might just
Today
start
you've taught me the
coloring it
meaning
with
of
a
family.
Sharpie. I just don't
Sure,
think I have a
families don't always
Sharpie
get
of that
along, but when the
color.
forces of evil descend upon us, we conquer them by sticking together.
Hasn't given birth yet, but she should any time now.
Oh, well then I guess
Different,
you get an F. Okay, Terrence, I know the class can hardly wait to see your science fair project.
Thank you.
Mr. Head, isn't it beautiful?
Isn't it beautiful?
Wait, the pig just gave birth. It had a baby.
You had a baby?
What's it look like?
Ugh, it's a Mr. Garrison pick.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Mr. Garrison.
Oh, gee, isn't that an amazing
Oh
coincidence?
wow, isn't that a coincidence?
What are the odds of that? Let's get first prize.
First prize.
That'll do, pig.
You guys, that was the end of episode 5. We're still not getting into the main meat and potatoes of the series, but we will get there. And don't you worry, I still think all the lore is important, because I feel like to truly enjoy something, you gotta start at the beginning. At least, that's how I am. I don't like to start a series on the second film, or like start on the second season. Like, even if someone will be like, oh, like it's not necessary to skip it. Like, no, there's like, you gotta see the character growth. You gotta see like how the creator started. Like, I think it's interesting to see like the makers of the show and the voice actors, if they're different, to see them grow with the show. So I don't know, I think there's, even though the first season is by no means like my favorite season and not even the best at proving my point about why I like it, it's still like where I started, and I appreciated it, and it was a show that like brought me comfort in ways that I can't explain. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.